Hey guys, Wolfie here and welcome back to the channel. As always, the usual disclaimer. Any opinion here is mine and mine alone. This is a special video and it's a first impression but not of the typical type. Meaning that it's a venue I visited earlier today. And this particular venue I'm going to do a second trip for a proper review. So that way, we all know that a future video is going to be the quote-unquote venue review, which is a first of the kind on this channel. And what am I talking about? Now, for those of you who live in Chicago, New York City, or Houston, Texas, you may have heard of a mini chain of sorts known as the Color Factory. Now, what exactly is it? It's a particular art exhibit / museum that focuses on various things tied to color, like color, for your mood, astrology of sorts, all that stuff. You could probably think of anything that's tied to color. So basically, it's like an art exhibit / museum. And again, if you're in Houston, New York City, or Chicago, chances are you are nearby one of the Color Factory's locations. Now, for me, as I live near the Chicago one, I was able to attend the Color Factory in Chicago earlier today. As of the 28th of January, a little thing about the Chicago location for very important context is that it was for about a week, maybe a little bit more, that the Chicago location was shut down due to some pipes bursting, and that was from extreme cold weather that Chicago had to endure for a good chunk of this month thus far. So as of yesterday, the 27th of January, the Chicago location of the Color Factory has been reopened. So, and I had scheduled it originally for the 22nd of January, but due to the whole repairs, all that stuff, I had to reschedule, and I was able to reschedule it to today. Now, the thing is, I'm going to show you guys the website, not so much addresses, all that stuff, but more so some of the things that the Color Factory offers feature-wise. Now, varying prices for the Color Factory is not just location, but what type of ticket you get, what add-ons you get, so on and so forth. So this is part of the Chicago location. It says here, welcome to Color Factory Chicago. That is the color scheme of the current ball pit for the one in Chicago. And the one thing I do want to point out for each of the Color Factory locations is that they have a ball pit. Even grown-ups can take part in this. But anyway, so some of the features they have for the Color Factory, after you paid for whatever ticket and any add-ons that you want to add on to that ticket, is again, you have a ball pit, you have a few free snacks here and there. It ranges stuff like macarons, Pop Rocks, and for those of you who are 80s babies and or 90s kids like I am, you get excited when you hear the phrase Pop Rocks being offered here as samples for free. You can't get much better than that. And on a side note, I will have the website in the description below, so that way you guys can check them out on your own time, or if you have to type it in manually, that's perfectly okay as well. So anyway, so it says you can get your tickets now. So again, this is some of the features here. This is the taste of the theater. So it's this is where the spoiler is where the Pop Rocks aspect comes into play. You have here the color horoscope, confetti, and again, this is the part of the Chicago flag. So it's going to differ with New York and Houston. And another key aspect for Houston, it's considered a blue spot in a red state. And again, that's extremely important context, just as AKA FYI. Then you have here connect to create with other people. So you can actually do this by yourself. It's just like, I'll explain that in the second part when I get around to that. Then you have here the ball pit, like that's I was referring to. It is a 2,600 square feet ball pit. It has 2 slides. It's just so much fun. This is a bit of a mini workout, but again, it's my first impression. So once I get back to this, it's like I can have a more complete and comprehensive review. So these are just a few of the features right here. I do have some stuff that I've taken with my phone here throughout my visits. According to some people, and by some people, the people who wrapped up this website, to get through this entire thing is about hour and a half. It may take longer. It really depends. But there's just so much, like, in the sense of like to explore, so much fun to be had, that sort of thing. So this is pretty much it. And like I said, the ticket prices vary from location to location. They haven't been around a very long time, but when it comes to certain aspects of the Color Factory, and at each location, they do collaborate with people local to the area to get things at each location as true to the location as possible. And remember here, I'm going to scroll back down to the website real quick. So they did the confetti, and the red star you see here for the Chicago location. For those of you who may not be aware, Chicago does have a local flag, and one of the main things about the Chicago flag is this 4 stars. And the 4 stars are 6 point, or for each of the 4 stars has 6 points, kind of resembling the Star of David. Now, for these 4 stars on the City of Chicago flag, they pertain to 4 very important events. Now, I'm not going to get into which events are tied to the Chicago flag. That's a completely different video for a different day. I don't want to bore people with history stuff here. But to show the Chicago location off here, yes, it is true what Chicago is. It's part of the flag. That particular star. And then another thing here, I'm not so sure, I may have passed it up. I don't know yet. I'm probably going to be sneezing here. Actually, okay, so I didn't pass it up. So basically you see here, I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So when it comes to like the digital photos you get half of yourself, the GIFs and video, you're going to be given at the beginning of your visit, like something, you see where the hand's holding, it's something extremely small. So you're going to scan, it's going to be connected to your tickets, all that stuff, the digital photos you can share on social media or whatever have you. So you're going to see this at varying checkpoints, so it's just something to keep in mind. Now, another thing here, when it comes to like some of the free goodies, and I believe this is before you get, you actually take on the whole ball pits, is that you're going to get you're going to be given a choice of like something to take home for free. This little puck thingy right here that's in very light blue. Believe it or not, that is a collapsible cup. That's a cup. That's something you can like, it's super portable. I love it. I had to grab it. But anyway, let me zoom out a bit. So other things like to consider here for the freebies, like before the ball pits, you have here, it looks like it's a button where it's like you turn it, it lands on a particular color in your mood. You have a pen with the Chicago flag stars on it. You have something that Chicago's known for on the straw, which is the Chicago style hot dog. And you have a sticker sheet right here where it's like Chicago stuff, like the Bean, CTA, Sears Tower. I'm a native Chicagoan, born and raised in the area. I am going to be calling it the Sears Tower. I don't want people in the comment section correcting it's Willis Tower, because to us Chicago natives, the ones born and raised, and for some of those who still live here, yes, we know it's Willis Tower. but we pronounce it Sears. It's pronounced Sears Tower. Don't get it twisted. But anyway, again, you have here the Chicago hot dog, the traffic lights. So that's pretty much part of the sticker sheet in a nutshell. And some of this, and it's like, right so far I had a lot of fun. And the ice cream here, you actually do get a little bit of ice cream, like once you're leaving the ball pits, is a bit of a FYI. So, but yeah. So the thing here is like you get varying varying things you could do here. Again, the ball pit's like the big one, I think, for some people. Now, we're gonna do a hypothetical ticket purchase, so that way you guys get to see like some of the prices. And then this for me, I can encourage people, look up the prices, see if it's right for you, and so on and so forth. There are coupon codes, but it's like there's always going to be a chance where you're going to be paying full price for these on your own. So just a bit of a forewarning. So we're going to go over here, and then you're going to be taken to another website when you book your tickets. You don't get a physical ticket because, the whole deal with like COVID, all that jazz, it's like, try to keep varying things as hand-free as possible, which is important, where it's like you got to keep people healthy and safe, regardless of what's going on. So this is a bit of the whole. So you have here varying tickets, and then you also have here gift cards. The visit anytime, it's actually more expensive than the general admission. However, I do prefer using the anytime tickets to general admission, because when it comes to the general admission, granted, it's cheaper in price, but you have to be there in a specific time with general admission. And the reason why I prefer the anytime tickets over general admission, because let's just say I'm running half an hour late. And having that anytime ticket, it's like saying, hey, I've got more time to go there, as opposed to the general admission ticket. I just gotta make sure So, and that's, for me, that's crucial in the sense of like, does one go after the general admission? Does someone go after the anytime? I prefer anytime, because in case you're running late, it gives you that time, that flexibility to get there like within hours of operation. Now here, this is a bit of a new one. I just saw this for the first time, quite literally. Now there's a 21 plus night. This looks like it's the 14th of February. I gotta remember here because my birthday was last Monday, the 22nd of January. And I know for a fact that when it comes to like birthdays of people I'm related to, family members wise, I know one of them is the 13th of February. I remember like looking at the calendars, like the day of the week where the 13th of February is where my birthday is. It's like they're about a day or two ahead of me. It's the like day of the week. So for me, my 42nd birthday was on a Monday, and I'm speculating this is going to be on a Wednesday. Now this is for those who are 21 and up. This is from 5 to 8 p.m. only. We're not going to do a proper booking here. We're going to do a mock meeting that we're going to look at the price. So we're going to look at here. Okay. So we're going to go over here. Now, I'm not going to do a full-blown booking, so that way, but we're just going to get into a price. So we're just going to do here. So now we know it's $39 for that particular event. So if I could get out of here. Okay, so now that's just one example right there. The $39 ticket for something like the 14th of February. That's Valentine's Day. And that's a 21 up event. So, and that you notice that they're time specific. Now we're going to go back into the whole ticket thing, but we're going to check out some of the other general admission pricing. So we're going to dive right in here. We're going to go into the month of February, so that way you guys get an idea of what's going on. So it looks like There is some degree of availability like the next 3 days, tomorrow, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're going to go into the month of February. Now you see here, there is a pretty wide variety. Now, there's the light green, there's a medium green, and there's a dark green. And then you see things that are completely whited out. So on the 7th, the 13th, the 21st, and it looks like the 27th, those dates are all sold out completely, meaning that you cannot get into the Color Factory at all on those days. And then it looks like it's about to sell out on the 6th as well. So you got some dates here that it's like you cannot get in because it's sold out. Now, we're going to go into another aspect here of the pricing. And again, this is the Chicago location only. I'm going to check time here real quick. Okay, so I'm actually doing pretty good on time, surprisingly. And this one wants to say hi. You going to say hi, Sandy? Want to say hi? Yeah, this one is being a bit of a you-know-what right now. But anyway, so we're going to go into the pricing range here. And we're going to ignore the dates that are sold out. So you have here the items in like a bit of a lighter green is at $29. I believe that is the 29th of February because that is a leap year if memory serves me correctly. So that's $29 on the 29th. But we're going to look at some of the regular pricing. So if you look at the Monday through Friday pricing, it's usually $39. And then you look at Saturday and Sunday pricing, that's $43. Now we're going to check in the month of March. We're going to see something here. It's pretty much general rule of thumb, $39 and $43. Then we're going to do April once again. So you get to see here there are some dates that are completely like whited out, and it's like they're for good reasons, like they're probably sold out. So we're gonna go back. So you see here, you got some Wednesdays that are completely whited out. It's like either they're sold out or they are simply not open. But you get to see the general pricing is, I'm going to go into the month of April, to give a more consistent see here. It's like, get to see that 39 and 43 are the general pricing for the Color Factory Chicago. But like I said, keep in mind that this is for specific time slots. Meaning that if we're going to go back to it one last time, but again, for important context, the general admission, yes, it's cheaper, but you have to be there in a specific time slot. Whereas anytime, you can get there at any point whenever you feel like it. And again, gift cards, it's like you want to give somebody, you yourself cannot get there, but somebody who will love it. That's what the gift card aspect is for. So I'm going to go back to the website one last time. But like I said, I went here once. I loved it. I do need to make another visit to give it a proper review. But so far in the first impressions of the Color Factory, and especially at the Color Factory Chicago, I had a blast. I mean, there were very parts of there where it's like I felt like a kid again. It's like no one was really complaining about the tattoos, although I will mention here that the Color Factory does ask people with tattoos to potentially cover certain ones up, and that's in their rule book. That's part of their policy, just a bit of a forewarning. And you're talking about a venue where it's like very highly considered family friendly. So it's one of those things where it's like one has to keep in mind varying things. Meaning that what do you wear? And the good thing I like about Color Factory so far is that when it comes to the checking things in, you don't have to worry about paying for it. It's completely free of charge. Then when it comes to some of the add-ons, I will get into that in the second part when I get around to doing that second visit. It's like when it comes to add-ons to your tickets, it's like you get a free physical print plus whatever you paid for whatever add-ons. Meaning, like, if you get the VIP one, it's like you get a free print plus a free beverage, like soda, water, whatever. You also get free goodies here and there with the packages. And it's something that where it's like you actually save yourself some money. And again, digital photos, you get that little small QR code, it's like small square. It's like it's going to be sent to your email. It's just like it's a really good time. But I don't know when I'm going to be making that second visit to Color Factory. I may need to do a week off from work with pay to pull it off. I don't know yet. But in the meantime, I think the next video most likely will be the extended default end of service one. Mentally, I have very much everything I want to convey, like mentally ready to go. It's just I had to sit down at the computer, get certain aspects of it like ready. I do have a couple of websites that's saved as a favorite where it's like I can readily access it. And it's gonna be an interesting video that I'm gonna be filming for the channel. And that should be in a week or two, where I finally get to film it. So, and after that, I honestly don't know what I'm going to be doing since of like what to film next. So it's going to be more spontaneous. It's like whenever I'm able to film, post, whatever, that's when. It's just right now, it's like I just have a lot going on in my real life. It's just like I just don't want to overwhelm myself if I can prevent it. And to end this video, we're going to have a little bit of Sandy. Aren't you going to say hi, mister? Aren't you going to say hi, buddy? That's my Sandy. You taking those chin scritches like a good boy. And enough of that. So I'm done with this video. With Wolvie here signing off. I will catch you all on the flip side.